How's it hanging, everyone? Welcome to General Hospital MV, my GH after show. Let's get started. I gotta admit, this week was pretty good. There was only one thing that kind of really annoyed me this week. Can you guys guess what it is? Let me paint a picture. Sabrina is sitting at the Quartermain mansion just by herself, and of course there is a knock on the door. She opens it up and sees Carlos Rivera. Just kidding, she sees his twin brother Jose. Joe. Why? I mean, no disrespect to the actor, I think he does a fine job, but Carlos was such a minor character, and to keep the actor on, like, kill the character off twice and then bring him back as a twin, it's like, it's so extra. We already went through this with half the One Life to Live cast, especially with John McSteve Finn over there. The only plus side is that they made him a doctor, so there's that. The slight pessimism in me thinks that they're gonna use Jose as a way for Julian to get away with his crime for killing Carlos. I should hope not, but I can't help but feel that. Please don't do it. After that nonsense was over, I thoroughly enjoyed the rest of the week. Rick Lansing returned, and he did something absolutely amazing, something that I have been waiting for like a year to happen. He called Elizabeth out. He straight up told her, if what I did to you was so bad, how come you turned around and did the same thing to Jason? And I just like burst out laughing. I was like, yes! Yes, it finally has been said. All Lizzie could do was just, yeah, you can't say anything, because it's true. You cannot act all high and mighty to Rick when you did the same thing he did. Rick Lansing was not the only one who returned this week, though. We saw Lucy Coe and Scotty Baldwin. I kind of figured that she would just disappear after the nurse's ball, which I'm glad she didn't, because I really like Lucy and I really want her to have a story on here. For that episode in particular, it seemed to be all about Naomi, which is Hayden's mother. Lucy and Scotty confronted her for her husband's crimes. Franco showed up a little bit later, and then the three of them pretty much talked her into a panic attack simply by mentioning Heather Weber. By the end of that episode, it was clear to me that they are going to make Jeff Weber, aka Elizabeth's father, Hayden's father as well. She had this brief monologue to herself that was along the lines of, Raymond Berlin is the father she knows, but not her real one. And of course there was a scene of like Elizabeth and Hayden just kind of being in the same area as each other. I kind of hope that means that we're gonna actually see Elizabeth's dad sometime in the future. She hasn't had a scene with her parents ever. Literally ever. And as much as I rag on the character of Elizabeth, she is not someone that I want to see off the show ever. She has original ties to the original blood of the show. Steve Hardy was her grandfather. So seeing her get some family back on the show would be absolutely amazing. And would hopefully make me like Elizabeth a little bit more again. Moving on, Julian Jerome has been, I guess, pumping something in his system that makes him have heart attacks. Simply to prolong his court date. It's just another way to keep him out of jail for as long as possible. I have no idea what your game plan is, Julian, but I hope you lose. Alexis handed him some divorce papers, but I doubt he's gonna sign them. He's just gonna prolong that as well. Let's talk about Alexis's daughter, though. Kristina found out that Parker would be in town. She went to visit Parker at the Metro Court Hotel. Not exactly sure how she found out what her room was, but I'm just letting it go. Turns out that Parker left her wife. Kristina and Parker's conversation led to them having sex. That was in fact the very first woman-on-woman sex scene the show has ever had. Congrats, GH, on another milestone. I won't lie to you, I'm kind of on the fence of Parker and Kristina. The thing about Lexi, who plays Kristina, is that she is very young looking. I know she's 24, but she looks very young. And no shade towards Ashley, who plays Parker, but she does look a lot older than I think the character is supposed to be. I'm not actually sure what the age of the character is supposed to be, but it just looks like mom and daughter to me, and it just makes me a little bit uncomfortable. What up with the Corinthos kids hooking up with people their mom's age? Yeah. Of course, I was talking about Morgan Corinthos. At least he has gone back to sleeping with Ava's daughter, Kiki. But personally, I am still rooting for Kiki and Dylan. I like them a lot better. They had some cool scenes this week. I'm rooting for Morgan to get his life back on track without Kiki. At least relationship-wise, I like their friendship. Ooh, but I gotta backtrack to Parker and Kristina again. Sunny, at the end of last week, walked in on the two of them kissing, and he like pretty much just like backed himself into a wall in shock. It'll be very interesting to see how he confronts his daughter. I've been ready for these scenes for a while. Sunny is a bit old school, but I don't think he's like close-minded. Now we gotta talk about the Cassadine Island scenes. At the beginning of the week, we saw Nicholas get shot. We saw him go over the balcony. Nicholas, you need to stay away from balconies for the rest of your life if you're gonna survive. What made me so mad is that they waited like 3 episodes afterwards to get back to the island to see what happened afterwards. It was agonizing. But the scenes on Friday were definitely worth the wait. When Ava told Laura about Nicholas, I was just like, here she is. This is Genie Francis. This is why I love her. This is why I love Laura. When given the right material, Genie can act her freaking ass off. No one does emotional better than Laura Spencer. And oh my god, that cliffhanger. Laura confronts Valentine. He's ready to put a bullet in her, and freaking Kevin Collins jumps in the line of fire and gets shot for her, and the look on her face of terror. Oh my god, I am so ready for Monday, you guys. So those are my favorite highlights of General Hospital this week. You can tell me yours in the comments below or on my Tumblr. If you guys enjoyed my General Hospital after show, feel free to subscribe. I do these videos every Sunday. I will catch you guys next week.